welcome to another segment of Possibilities with Esther, all the way from Ntr Tv. You know how we do it. Last week, I brought a special guest into this program, a musician all the way from Nigeria, and we had a wonderful insight of his mindset. So what do you think? For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, and for those who have been following Possibilities with Esther dedicatedly and also have been sending in their compliments, I want to use this opportunity to tell you thank you so much. I've seen your messages and I deeply appreciate all your commitment. And for those who are just joining us for the first time, Possibilities with Esther is a motivational, inspirational, and educational program specially designed to channel your mindset into the possibilities of lifestyle. And sometimes I bring a special guest people who already have experiences in life, and then we learn from their mindset. And sometimes I go online and get you facts, and I let you to go on with a further research on that topic. And today I will be having a special guest all the way from United States of America. He's I don't want to say too much, but I bet you don't go anywhere. I would like you to stick to this TV and make sure you have your pen and your paper and your mind open to whatever conversation we're gonna have. Trust me, you know I don't just bring anybody. The aim of this program is to make sure we learn and unlearn. And today, I will be having a wonderful guest. He's a multi-award winning international filmmaker, a Nigerian living in America, making history in the Hollywood and Nollywood, that is both international and international. A director, producer, content creator, a musician. When I say a musician, he has a feel of his hobby filled in connected with his own career. The executive director, CEO at Doku International Film Academy, studied cinematography and filmmaking at the New York Film Academy in the United States of America. His hit short film titled Dinner at My Place is licensed by Short TV and premiere on various TV channels across the USA to an audience of over 50 million viewers for the next 36 months. Guy has his ball, he has his game on top of his game. I'm so pleased to and excited to share into this great icon mindset in our program for today. Sit down and relax as I introduce to you Kevin Luther King Jr.
Oh, thank you.
I hope I got that name very, very well.
You did, Craig. You got it very well.
I am so happy to have you on this program for today, Kevin Luther King.
I'm happy as well. Good morning from Los Angeles.
Yeah. What is special about this Kevin Luther King is not a new name to people. And
yeah,
I'm so curious to know what's the connection between Kevin Luther King Jr. with you.
Oh, well, it was a name that I had to have for myself. Pretty much Kevin Luther Appa was the official name, but then every time everyone hears my name, Kevin Luther, they go like, "Oh, are you related to Martin Luther King Jr.?" And I'm like, no. But at that point in time, instead of having like an official nickname, I was like, okay, since everyone wants to add a King Jr. to my name, all right, I'll make it an official. So that's how it came about.
And they said names follow
like
us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity to change that Kevin Luther King, would you change it?
No, I mean, I already have the first two names. I wouldn't. A King Jr. I'm still a junior because I have my father's name too. So it's pretty much like the same thing.
Oh, that's wonderful. Please, can you tell us who is Kevin Luther King?
I'm like every other young guy out there, trying to make a difference, trying to follow his dream and his passions. and navigating through the challenges of everyday life,
Yeah.
and making sure that I follow my heart and I do the things that I really find happiness in doing them.
Mm.
Um, Pretty much that defines who Kevin is. And when you talk about what I do, then I make films. I'm a filmmaker
Mm.
and producer, also a content creator. Um, my hobbies are also deep rooted in music because I sing and have my music out, um, playing and streaming across the world. And pretty much that's who Kevin Luther is.
That's wonderful. From your
Yeah.
profile, I went through your profile and I noticed you have this passion for two things. In as much as you're very, very good in your movie making, you are also very good in music. So tell us, which comes first?
It's been a question that I have had like over time found very hard to answer myself. I used to really get confused about it, like what which is actually first for me. And I remember one time I had this conversation with my mom, and I was like, I don't even know what. I think I love doing both, and I'm pretty much in love with the both craft. So which one should I go with? And then she says, no, you don't have to choose. Just do both. So I still think till today I can't really say which is first for me. Um, they're like, I'm in love with the boat craft and they're almost on the same level for me. But, well, I'll say I put more energy into filmmaking because I also studied filmmaking for my first and second degree. And it's currently what I am working out here with. So um, let's give it to filmmaking. Filmmaking should uh, be my first love.
We could actually see from your awards, all the awards you've been getting, and the dedication you put in it there. Obviously, filmmaking is the first lady. I give it to the filmmaking.
The
Life
lady
is
music.
always a challenge,
Yes.
and we know lots of people when they see someone whom have gone so far, like new friends in your life will just look at Kevin and say, Kevin, you're so lucky. But the people who have been with you from the starting, they could say, wow, Kevin has done it. So what do you think, would you call yourself you were born out of silver spoon, or you made that silver spoon for yourself?
Okay. So um, I don't think I am lucky, and I don't think a silver spoon wouldn't be what I would qualify for. I would rather say I had hardworking parents when I was born. My mom at the time was working with a newspaper, Concord newspaper, and then later on she resigned from that job and she started doing business, which she was selling and buying precious stones from Egypt and other countries and bringing them back to Nigeria to sell. And my father at that time was the manager of then Union Bank in Kano State. So I wouldn't call that a silver spoon, but at least we were comfortable, and that was due to their hard work. So pretty much I had to navigate and find and carve a niche for myself by dreaming and following my dreams and navigating my route through all the obstacles and challenges that any other person can go through. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Every journey begins with a step, and every great man always starts from a process. From your profile, I could see that you started from Nigeria, and you already have history of meeting up with celebrities. Even though the industry back at home, I know during that time technology was a big challenge, but you were still at top of your game. How was the journey so far for you, as from then to now?
Well, it's been rough. It's been tough. You know how um, the community where we come from back in Nigeria, it's not really systematic in the sense that you have to figure everything out by yourself, and there's uh, no path that leads directly to where you're headed to. You
Yeah.
have to figure it out. So that was my first challenge when I said that when I came out of school, and I wanted to make films. It was tough. There was no funding. There was no support. So I had to literally figure everything out by myself. By First of all, I started out having an acting academy where I was training other young filmmakers who wanted to make film and act in movies, but didn't really know how to go about it. So I started an acting academy way back in Jos, that's in Nigeria, and in the process of that, I had to source out funds by my own means to even make the first film that I made. So it wasn't easy, and it took me a long time before I could get the attention of the, the celebrities in quote.
Yeah.
I had to do all the hard work first by creating something out of nothing. Yeah.
Some we have upcoming producers, filmmakers, musicians, and the other aspect of your life. What did you do differently that you think it elevated you to the stage of even going out of the country to New York Film Academy? I know it's not just about the money, but what did you do differently to be elevated to this stage?
Hmm. I think I'll, I'll I think the sacrifice and
Sacrifice.
focus and never saying, uh, never taking no for an answer and never stop trying is in God's grace. Because I'm a believer, and I know I couldn't have done all of this if I wasn't persistent.
Yeah.
If I took the first no for an answer and settled down, if I stopped trying when I had those tough times, and if I wasn't prayerful as well, I don't think I would have made it this far.
Mm.
So for me, it was the fact that no matter how many, no matter the number of no's that you give to me, say no today, I'm gonna try it again tomorrow.
Mm.
And you say another no tomorrow, I'll try it again the next day until I get a yes.
Wow.
And if you knock me down, every time I felt so depressed, yeah, I experienced depression at some point because you're working hard, you're trying to make this happen, and it's
Yeah.
not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you feel like, oh gosh, maybe I should just give it up.
Yeah.
And every time I felt like that, I would knock myself on the head and say, you're not stopping here. You need to
Mm.
get up on your feet again and try. So I was persistent. I've always been persistent, and I don't stop. I just want to do the things that I think I love to do, and I go after them.
Mm.
And then I'll deal with the challenges later on. So pretty much, I think persistence, consistency, and having a focus, never taking no for an answer, never backing down, and never accepting to stop trying,
Mm.
um, and being a prayerful person as well, technically got me to where I am today.
Wow. What is your definition of success?
Um, Success to me is like climbing up to a ladder and getting to the top or the peak of the ladder that you are climbing, and then reaching out down and bringing up other people to where you are or above where you are. Um, to me, I see success as when you have actually achieved and helped others to achieve
Yeah.
their goals and dreams as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very important because success doesn't stop with you. It's a continuous process. I see it as a continuous process. It takes almost a lifetime being successful because it's not just by making a couple of um, having a couple of milestones and winning a couple of awards, and that it doesn't stop there.
It doesn't stop there.
It's a continuous journey, and also it depends on how many people you're able to affect
Yeah.
positively.
Talking about your definition, I picked something from your definition of success, which I'm really intrigued about. You made mention that success is about you helping others to achieve their dreams, which means before we actually help people to achieve their dreams, it is important for us to reach a particular stage in life whereby it will be easy to guide those ones coming up. In the career of Kevin Luther King, do you see yourself in a situation or at a position whereby you bring up creative and talented youths who already have the passion but do not have the exposure and the resources that can push them there? Is there anything you're looking up to that, like from your Doko Academy company?
Oh yes, pretty much. I have always actually been doing that. Um, it was actually one of the first reasons that motivated me to set up the film academy in the first place because I realized that when I had the first audition, I realized a lot of young people came to the audition and they didn't really know much about the craft, and a lot of them it was because they couldn't afford to go to a film school and all of that. So that was one of the first motivating factor to give back to the community where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was one of the first reasons that made me decide to set up an acting academy. So, like you said, I still, even though I had to slow down and move ahead so that I can get all this experience and knowledge and then go back and still continue to where I was because I needed to come forward and achieve most of what I'm achieving right now to be able to go back and give back to my people again. So
Yeah.
I definitely have it
A plan for
on
that.
on my bucket list
Okay.
to go back and revive the acting academy that I
Okay.
started and continue to impact the knowledge that I have with the people from the community I come from.
Okay, that was wonderful. I'm so excited to really share into your mind and hearing all that, the way you think about life, the way you apply it into your career. I'm so, in fact, I'm also learning, not just only my viewers, but trust you me, I'm your big fan and I follow your step because we all in this media
Thank
thing.
you.
Okay, after we'll be going on a commercial break. Please stay with us, Mr. Kevin. I will be back with you with some more question to eat from your mindset. Okay, people, thank you so much for
Thank you.
staying with us to the half episode of this program. I'll be right back with Mr. Kevin for more insight about his journey to where he is at the moment. Okay, stay with us. I'll be right back after the commercial break. Hello again and welcome back to the second segment of Possibilities with Esther. It's been so amazing, educating and so entertaining. As you can see, I'm all smiling. This is the part I love so much about this program, where you see people actually making it, not giving up, irrespective of where they're coming from, irrespective of whatever people tell them they cannot, but they keep pushing and making an impact. Now, for me, that is success. when you make impact, when you're representing your territory, when you're representing your country, you're representing your family. Now that is success, because that will give other people around you the courage and also the spirit of possibilities. Now, as we continue with Mr. Kevin Luther King Jr. I love this name so much. I think when I have a child, I'm going to name him Kevin Luther King, if his father accepts. So I'm so happy to have you back again in the studio, Mr. Kevin. And it's been an exciting time with you. Hearing from your mindset is just mind-blowing. And my next question to you is, you talked about sacrifice. Do you have a particular sacrifice you had to let go for you to move out there? For instance, I have a very huge sacrifice I had to take for me to be in this studio and be able to push onto it. You know my own sacrifice?
I want to
I
know.
told friends, please, I love to party, but I let go of party. So I stopped hanging out just so I can focus. What is Kevin Luther King's sacrifice?
Sacrifice. It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot, but obviously, as a young guy, there was a lot of distraction. Um, a lot of distraction because, like you mentioned, there's partying right there. Uh, you want to go hang out with friends and not be productive. It was very tempting as well not to do much because at that point in time, I could have simply just, relaxed and wore new clothes and, walked the streets and never really worked hard. So the first sacrifice was, deciding to ignore all the distractions that comes with the daily life of a young guy and focusing on real goals and what I wanted to become or achieve. That was one of the first sacrifice that I really had to do. Also, it was a sacrifice of sleepless nights. I had nights that I didn't sleep. I would be awake, writing stuff, content. And in as much as I wasn't making any money from it at that time when I started out, I would never stop. I had books. I never had a laptop at that time, so I would write in books upon books, write movies, screenplays, and I would be up at as much as maybe 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'll still have to go out in the daytime and continue doing uh, the same hustle. So
It's a
those
hustle.
were like sacrifices because I would definitely want to go to sleep and not try anything, but I would be up late at night. So those are some of the sacrifices that I remember that I had to make in order to get to where I am headed today.
Yeah. Everybody has a fear to reach to this success stage. We always have a fear, and it all depends on how that person makes use of his fear to either move forward or like to either to their own advantage or to disadvantage. What is your fear in life?
Well, my fear basically uh, is that I have so much that I would love to do, and the fear of not being able to do it
Yeah,
um, by the happenings of life is life is actually short. So
it's very short.
sometimes I sit in my silence and I ask myself if I'll be able to live all my dreams.
Yeah.
And so one of my major fear is not being able to live all of it, but I would love to live all of it as much as I can. And not just live these dreams, to help others to live these dreams as well,
Yeah.
as much as I can. So um, But I have actually converted that fear into strength in the sense that I wake up and I do things. I don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow is not promised. So since not sure that tomorrow may be there, I want to do everything that I have to do today. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much very busy. I'm always doing something. And it's because I know life is short
Yeah.
and I have to do as much as I want to do so that I will overcome that fear of feeling that, I won't be able to do all of it. So pretty much that's one of my main fears in life. That's like a secret though. I just told my secret out on national TV.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, right. Philosophy of life, people have different ways of seeing life, and I'm very, very sure my own belief is that the way you see life is how you live it. What is your philosophy about life?
Hmm. That life is full of possibilities.
I love that. Could you please repeat that again because it has a connection with my program? That
Oh,
line.
oh, yeah, that's true, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my philosophy of life is that life is first of all full of possibilities,
Yeah.
but also full of impossibilities. Um, and what you make out of life depends on your ability to see more of the possibilities than the impossibilities.
True.
So, in everything that I chose to do, my philosophy is this: it is first of all possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see impossibilities. I don't like seeing impossibilities because they come last. They don't
Yeah.
come first.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that comes to me is possibilities. I want this is possible. I'm like, okay, you want to win this? This is possible. So how do you get to this spot where you win this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, you start here, you get to this stage, you get to that stage, but it's also like a game, like when you play video games and there's always obstacles trying to knock
Yeah.
you down.
Mm-hmm.
That's how life works that way.
True.
It's a possibility that you will get to your destination,
Mm-hmm.
but not without going through obstacles and dodging them and falling back, going back to level one
Mm.
after you had even gotten as far as level five, and then you try it again. So it's the same philosophy that everything is built in. It's all trials. We do. There's no manual in life. So, but
Yeah.
there's possibilities, and that's why everything that you see around, great things happening. So I
Yeah.
have that as a mindset, as a philosophy that everything is possible,
Mm-hmm.
and also I'm aware that there are impossibilities, but I convert that impossible energy to possibility at any point that I come across the impossibility.
Yeah.
So, and also I believe that basically life is today, life is happening now,
Yeah.
and you have to live your life now. And most importantly, you have to do the things that makes you happy. Uh, if being a filmmaker is what makes me happy, I want to make films, even if I don't make the top richest man's list. I just want to be that guy who followed his quest to happiness and is happy. So that's how I look at life. Whatever makes me happy is what I go for. Yes.
Kevin, you are in the best position to answer this question. You have been into the industry, the movie industry and the music industry. Not just the movie industry, just any industry in the Hollywood, whereby you see celebrities and you see how things are done. You see people appreciating their art, their creativity, making money, life going so good. And all of a sudden, the coronavirus just came and everything just shut down. I think the coronavirus, the corona lockdown affected so many people, but especially the media industry. And that raised a lot of concern for what happened next time What if this happens next time? How do we survive it? From that experience, what have you learned from it as a movie maker, as a musician, seeing all that you've worked for, all of a sudden, without you doing it, money doesn't come in. What is that thing that you learn that you will be able to make use of it? And you know tomorrow, if situation like that happens again, you will not find yourself in that thought. And advice, share it with other people that can learn from it, please.
Okay, so I think one of the most important lesson I've learned during this time is that adage that says never put all your eggs in one basket is actually true. Yeah, because I think the adage is simply trying to say that if you put all your eggs in one basket and the basket happens to crash, you will lose all your eggs. So technically, maybe you should have probably learned to put some of the eggs in another basket and keep it safe before you take the other basket out. I think that's what happened here, and I've learned that in as much as I am a filmmaker, uh, I have to have another source of income, maybe some a passive income on the side,
Sort of
in the
investment.
direction where, yeah, in the direction, especially in the direction where the world is headed. I mean, where it won't really be affected if the physical structures of our societies, like
Yeah.
like the economy is affected, that one won't be affected. So um, I tried to use that lesson to invest money into other things, uh, so that if in case I wake up any day and I'm not able to go to the studio and
Yeah.
get paid because there's a pandemic, uh, probably I'll be selling online, maybe on Amazon or something,
Yeah.
or doing something else. But pretty much, it's been a difficult time. We didn't anticipate this. I've never had an experience like this. There's been a lot of pandemics, but in my own
Yeah.
time, this is the first time this is happening. So we're still learning how to navigate it. It's a tough time for everyone, and I do sympathize with everybody out there who's going through something right now.
Yeah.
Just want to encourage them that uh, we'll get through it together, and we'll learn together how to be better and prepared in
Yeah.
case this happens again. We hope it doesn't happen again, but we
We hope
have to
so.
be prepared
Yeah.
in case it happens again. Um, that's how I look at the whole thing.
Thank you so much, Kevin. This is our last questions for today, and this question goes specially to Possibilities with Esther and to my wonderful viewers. I love my viewers so much. What is your last advice to Possibilities with Esther as a program and also to my viewers?
About two possibilities with Esther.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with this program because the idea is to talk to people and let the viewers see that, okay, you want to be this, it is possible that you can be this. You just have to understand that being what you want to be comes with impossibilities and challenges, but you can still overcome it because there's an example for you to see that you're looking at immediately. So this is an amazing concept. I'm very impressed with it because if I was watching and I see uh, someone who has become what I would want to become, and he went through a lot of tough times, but he made it happen, I would definitely be encouraged, and that's a good thing. So thank you guys. This program is wonderful. I really appreciate the
Thank you so
opportunity
much,
that you
Kevin.
guys have even given me to be on the program as well.
Thank you.
That's um, something that I'm really appreciative right now. And also to the people watching, you have to continue watching this program because I'm sure I wouldn't be the last guest. There's going to be tons of other guests that are coming
Yeah.
on this program, and absolutely, I watch the program as well, and I'll continue watching the program as well.
Thank you so
And
much.
because I want to learn from other people who come on the program. I
Yeah.
still learn. I haven't gotten there yet, so I still need to watch this program to be able to
Thank
learn from other people that will get on the program as well. So I invite you watching this program to make it a routine, to constantly tune in and to possibilities with Esther and watch this so that you can get your mind enriched. And me and you can, as much as possible, learn from others who are coming on the program as well.
Yeah, I agree
So
with you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin. Thank you so much again for having you on my program. And hopefully next time, maybe I will have my camera coming to you in California for a
absolutely, that'll be
one-on-one
wonderful.
interview. I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be wonderful. That'll be
Yeah,
wonderful.
thank you so much and see you again. And I have you next time on Possibilities with Esther.
Thank you.
Okay, people, that was a wonderful interview, and I'm waiting for your thank you messages. That was a joke. Okay, so that's it for today, and hopefully, I will be bringing more people into the platform. We've brought business people, musicians, media, everything. And if you want to be next on this program, don't forget to write me on the number on your screen. Follow us on our social media platform, Ntr Tv. And also, you can follow me on Instagram, Possibilities with Esther. Let's rock mine. Send me your stories. Send me anything you want us to talk about, and I will make sure I get it on the platform. We are here to encourage each other. We are here to motivate each other. We are here to give each other hope. Let's do it together. Don't let me do it alone, because I also want to be motivated by you. Okay, so thank you so much again. I am Esther James, all the way from Ntr TV, and keep watching Possibilities with Esther, coming to you from Ntr TV. See you again next time.